advancements to AI risks, to AI policies, and just about Malaysia driving into an AI nation, driven by the Ministry of Digital, the National AI Office, and MDEC. We are indeed in a very exciting time in history. But just for a moment, I wonder if you would pause with me and put yourself into the shoes of your 9-year-old selves. When you were 9 years old, what was your vision of the future? Did it look like anything that we're witnessing today? Growing up in Malaysia in the 1990s, we were always asked to draw posters about life in 2020. As a primary school student, I always imagined tall towers everywhere, flying cars, definitely, fast trains zooming around, and always, my friends and I, children of different races, laughing and playing in a Malaysia full of possibility. We were young and full of hope that the future would be brighter, more connected, and more inclusive. Today, almost 3 decades later, the towers may not float, and our cars are pretty much still on the ground. But the future we once imagined, it's not as far off as it once seemed. Because today, we're not just imagining the future, we're building it. And we're doing it with Malaysian intelligence. Let me introduce you to Ilmu, Malaysia's first multimodal AI model. Thank you. Ilmu not only understands text, but it understands voice and vision too. Type it, speak it, snap it, Ilmu understands you. Ilmu is 100% made in Malaysia by Malaysians for Malaysians. Built by YTL AI Labs in collaboration with Malaysia's top university, University Malaya. But what truly sets Ilmu apart is that it's world-class with a Malaysian advantage. Ilmu was trained with a deep understanding of the Bahasa Melayu culture and the Malaysian culture, and that is our superpower. Ilmu outperforms all other models on the Malay MMLU benchmark, the world benchmark when it comes to Bahasa Melayu comprehension. From Llama to DeepSeek to GPT, no one else comes close when it comes to the Malaysian language and the Malaysian context. And as we all know, GPT-5 just dropped last Friday, and you're probably wondering how we fare. So over the weekend, this is hot off the press, our team benchmarked GPT-5, and yes, Ilmu still beats GPT-5 and comes out number 1. But we're not just talking about local performance here. When it comes to global performance, Ilmu is right up there with the state-of-the-art models. On global benchmarks, Ilmu performs on par with other frontier models. On Arena Hard Auto, Ilmu is far better than Llama 3.1 when it comes to real-world prompts. And on IF Eval, Ilmu performs neck-to-neck with GPT-4o in following complex instructions. But Ilmu isn't just about performance. Ilmu is about purpose. The name Ilmu stands for something deeper and way more profound. Intellect, luhur, Malaysia, untukmu. Intellect, integrity, Malaysia, for you. Ilmu is a promise that advanced Malaysian intelligence can be rooted in Malaysian values. I stands for intellect. Intellect. Ilmu is contextually intelligent. How so? Well, here's a conversation. It's in Malay, and it's about Hang Tuah. He is a legendary warrior from the 15th century. On the left, you can see an answer from another frontier model that includes Indonesian vocabulary like legendaris and sastra. And these are not Malay terms. This inclusion of Indonesian words in Malay text is pretty common across global models because, broadly speaking, there is a lot more Indonesian literature when you crawl the web. But this is not acceptable Malay for Malaysians. So when it comes to ilmu, we ensure that ilmu speaks proper Malay, no borrowed Indonesian words, and well grammatically correct Malay. Ilmu can also speak slang and Manglish. Take, for example, this text over here. It's a combination of Malaysian slang and Manglish, and that is a mixture of Malay and English. This text is probably completely comprehensible to the average Malaysian, but probably no one else. Okay, let me tell you what it says. I'll read it. It says, "Eh bro, lapar lah, I nak makan Western. Can you recommend me some Malaysian food ah?" Which means, "Hey bro, I'm hungry, but I don't feel like eating Western food right now. Can you recommend me some Malaysian food to eat?" You may not understand, but ilmu instantly does. By the way, its recommendation is spot on. And if you're an ASEAN delegate and you haven't yet had Malaysian nasi lemak, then you must put that on your list. Oh, and teh tarik too. Thank you, ilmu. In this next example, you will see ilmu helping someone out with specific royalty language. This way of speaking is not to be used by commoners amongst each other, but there is a specific way in which you need to say thank you when you're speaking to the king. And you can see ilmu helping out a friend here. From speaking in Malay slang to the man on the street, to formal speech when facing royalty, ilmu's got your back. Ilmu isn't just any intelligence. It's localized Malaysian intelligence. Next, L. L stands for luhur, integrity. Ilmu is built in alignment with Malaysian values. You may know that Malaysia enforces very strict drug laws, while many countries around the world may have taken a more open approach to cannabis. Malaysia maintains firm restrictions, even for medical use. If you ask ilmu about it, it will give you clear, accurate information from a Malaysian legal perspective. Now, ilmu also gets another thing that's very important to Malaysians, and that's Malaysian courtesy, which is a very big thing in this country. Need to write a formal speech? Ilmu will make sure you get your honorifics on point. It gets the salutations right and makes sure to include the classic Tan Sri Tan Sri, Puan Sri Puan Sri, Dato Dato, Datin Datin, Tuan Tuan, dan Puan Puan, which you would have heard the MC say this morning. Now, M stands for Malaysia. Ilmu understands that Malaysia is a multicultural society. Our customs, our norms, and our sensitivities, ilmu gets it. Planning a wedding, ilmu knows to point you to both the religious authorities and the civil registration office. And culturally, ilmu saves you from offending your future in-laws by reminding you that you need to consult your elders. Always check with the aunties. But most importantly, ilmu is for anyone and everyone. Whether you're a student studying for your SPM exams, or a makcik trying to expand her nasi lemak store, or a fresh grad who's just learning to pay your taxes, ilmu is for you. Ilmu is for all of us. And while ilmu is a Malaysian milestone, a proud one for all of us in Malaysia, it's also part of a much bigger conversation. Why build local AI in the first place? What is the point of having our own sovereign AI solutions in Malaysia and in all our countries in ASEAN when we already have access to the most powerful frontier models? Well, we believe that building our own AI is less about turning away from global innovation and more about building what serves our people best. Just like we wouldn't outsource our entire country's power grid to someone else, we shouldn't also outsource our AI. AI is the intelligence that's going to power up our countries, our industries, and our people. If we fail to own and control the systems that we allow to guide us, we will risk being led by these systems that we didn't design in the first place. I'll say that again. If we fail to own and control the systems that we ourselves allow to guide us, then we will risk being led by these systems that we didn't design in the first place. This is not about competition. It is about capability. It is not about isolation. It is about resilience. And it is not about reliance on global models, but about complementing them with local culture, context, and purpose. We believe that in ASEAN, we need to be more than just users of AI. We need to be builders of AI. And as AI advances, no one else will guard and guide our own AI and preserve our own national identities if we don't do it ourselves. This vision of national intelligence built on culture, context, and purpose isn't just a concept. In Malaysia, behind Ilmu is a huge full-stack AI investment in data center infrastructure, in AI cloud infrastructure in partnership with NVIDIA, and an LLM, all forming a Malaysian sovereign AI stack. This infrastructure forms the foundation, and Ilmu is the intelligence. But there is a third ingredient. In order for AI to thrive, we need an ecosystem, and we need everyone. We've been working closely with Malaysian and global companies all across industries, from automotive to banking to media to telco to healthcare and to education. Together, we are bringing AI solutions that serve Malaysians better through local language and context. Beyond that, we're also working with industry partners like Trust AI and Mesolytica, which is a fellow Malaysian LLM builder, to build smarter, safer AI together. And today, we're opening up this access to everyone. Firstly, for businesses, starting from today, you can get API access so that you can integrate Ilmu to power up your workflows. Just contact us to get started. For local startups and global companies looking to set up in Malaysia, we're proud to announce the Ilmu Accelerator Program in partnership with MDEC. To catalyze the Malaysian AI ecosystem, we're offering up to $1 million free Ilmu tokens and facilitation of the Malaysian digital status, as well as talent passes. We believe that this will help us build an inclusive and sustainable AI ecosystem. And finally, Ilmu Chat, our very own Malaysian multimodal conversational AI chatbot, will be available on Malaysia Day, 16 September 2025. If you'd like access, then you can sign up today for early access. And to have a taster, please come and visit our super booth at the back of this hall. We have a lot of things going on behind there. We have an in-car experience, we've got AI digital banking, and an art gallery entirely generated by Ilmu. Come and interact with us, find out how we're powering up Malaysian businesses, and there's also free teh tarik and coffee on us. Now, going back to that first question, what was your childhood vision of the future? How far are we today from that reality? I went back to look for those posters I drew as a child on Vision 2020, but I couldn't find any of them. So I decided to describe it to Ilmu. And in seconds, the future I once imagined was brought to life. Ladies and gentlemen, the future is no longer a dream drawn in crayons. It's something we can build today, intelligently and purposefully. Here's some food for thought. Just as the world hasn't truly tasted flavor until it's had ASEAN cuisine, it hasn't truly known the richness of local intelligence until it experiences our own. So let's build and champion our own AI to preserve our own national identities and complement the global models with our local flavors. Local AI, global impact. Oh, and one last thing. I realized that my vision of 2020 didn't include one of the best inventions yet. These AI glasses that help me speak, not just see, but speak in true 2020. Powered by Ilmu. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lu Yo, for that powerful message and sharing with us The robust infrastructure connectivity is truly key for AI innovation. And touching on Ilmu, for those of you who would like to witness the